Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. Hey yo guys, Pandy351 here, and this is a little odd of a video. I'm not moving around or anything. I'm just looking at my computer. This is a little odd. This is completely unscripted, so we're gonna see how this goes. So I wanted to talk about a recent event that had happened. I kind of mentioned it on Twitter, but I have hit a milestone, and that is I had a Karen attack me. And it was, oh boy, it was something. So how should I explain this? Okay, let's start from the beginning. Her daughter, which is not really the main focal point of this story, but I have to explain this first so that it makes kind of some sense. Wasn't showing up to recordings and was giving excuses that she wouldn't show up to recordings because she didn't like one of the other actors. And so I had friends of mine come to me asking for advice on what to do about that situation. Personally, and this is what I told them, is that she should be kicked because if she's not going to show up because of another actor, that's not okay. And her not showing up at all is definitely a problem. And I know that she was having medical problems and stuff. I was aware of that. However, there was no communication on why she wasn't showing up. There was nobody, she wasn't even saying, oh, I can't show up today. There was just no communication from her whatsoever, just nothing. So that made things kind of, a little difficult there. So I told them to kick her, and they did. They took my advice, and they sent her a message saying, because they even showed me basically, along the lines of like, hey, you're not showing up to enough recordings. We need to replace you. So she was fired from 2 other teams, and that's about as much as that's about it. Like I really don't know. I really didn't know her. I mean, I guess we've talked because we were in role plays together, but I didn't know her personally. She wasn't really a friend of mine. I know that I had friends who were friends of hers, but that's about it. Like that was, other than that, there was no communication with that. I would say the only real experience I had with her was, I was role play manager for one of those teams, and she would not listen. She got very nasty and very impatient and didn't listen to a lot of the rules. So working with her was definitely difficult. She seems to have kind of an attitude. So it just was kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, she got kicked because of, not showing up to enough recordings, but there's also a lot of other backstory and a lot of other nonsense to this. Anyways, so to actually start the good part of the story. So this mother, and I'm gonna call her, what should I call her? I'm gonna call her Karen 2. And I'm gonna call her Karen 2 because we already had a Karen at the party house. So Karen 2 messaged one of the content creators. Well, actually, yeah, from what I know, she messaged only one of them. This one being a child, and was pressuring her and guilt tripping her on the fact that she kicked her daughter from the cast. Her daughter had been told why. She kept insisting that they didn't know why, but it was made very clear. But that was, between the content creator and the actor, not the actor's mother. So that kind of started a lot of it off. And I remember we were sitting at VC, and I made the joke, it'd be funny if she tried messaging me. Well, she didn't. She couldn't. However, I looked at Twitter a little bit later to notice this ad. So as it says here, Pandy, can you please get in touch with me either here or via Discord? That's obviously the Discord number. In regards to my daughter, that's the name of the kid. So I was like, okay, why I had no involvement in this situation. I don't know why I'm being messaged. So I blocked her. I didn't respond. I blocked her. I was like, nope, I'm good. That's it. We're done. And I figured that would be it. Like it's done. What's done is done. It's over. no big deal. Yeah, I should know by now that what's done is done does not necessarily mean it's done. Because lo and behold, not that long later, I'm sent a link to another message that's sent, which is a 20-something-year-old YouTuber is bullying a 15-year-old autistic YouTuber. Fucking classy, bitch. Mamba Bear's coming for you. Now, if you don't know, cyberbullying is known as a federal crime. A federal crime is kind of a big deal. You can go to jail for that. You can get in a hell of a lot of trouble for that one. That's like a big bad crime. And so accusing me of bullying this child she is accusing me of a federal crime, something that I could go to jail for. Really not an okay accusation. And also, I wasn't bullying her, never talked to her really. Had no part of any of the kicking or the firing or the banning or the replacing or any of that stuff. I had no part of any of that. I was asked for advice and that was it. So I don't exactly know what happened here and why I was involved. There's also the part that I'm on the spectrum. So yeah, there's a lot of things wrong here, as you can see. But so there was a message that was sent later. I ignored this because I was like, whatever. And there was a message that was sent later, a Discord message, adding me, Shada, Star, and Morgan. And this is what it read. It has come to my attention that a few of you have been bullying and spreading rumors about my daughter that are blatantly false. Okay, she is accusing us of a federal crime. Unfortunately, you were able to address this with her or anyone else. She has been addressed with this. No one else is. We're not addressing this with other people because it's not their. They shouldn't be a part of the situation. It's between the content creator and her, not anyone else. I don't know who all is involved, but this must stop. I'm giving you another chance to address me before I am forced to take action. Bullying is a direct violation of Discord, Twitter, and YouTube's terms of service, as is underage use. I would like to point out that this child does not have a Twitter, so we couldn't have supposedly bullied her there, and we didn't bully her on any other platform. There was no bullying. She was kicked from a team. That was it. Or fired from the team, or whatever you want to call it. She was put off the team, and now this mom is pissed off. There's also the fact that not a lot of the other people in this situation really like how she would behave and act. She was very mean. So it kind of seems like at this point, mom is getting angry because people don't want to be friends with her daughter, which, yeah, you can't force people to, especially strangers on the internet. I don't know where you thought this was a great idea. I would prefer to discuss this and put an end to the rumors without further conflict. My daughter cannot handle the level of stress and pain being caused here. Her life is difficult enough with her medical and mental health struggles. Please have a little more empathy. Okay, apparently we don't have empathy, so after that message, I continue to ignore it. Even though it is a pretty big deal that she just claimed that we went against a federal crime, I left it alone. A few moments later, this tweet was sent, and this is kind of what had me actually do something about the situation. I find it highly fucked up that reporting cyberbullying is so difficult. Imagine your child came to you expressing thoughts of suicide due to kids and adults bullying them. And to know that her autism makes her a bigger target, I'm fuming. How do these people live with themselves? Okay. So not only is she now 100% accusing of cyberbullying, she is also claiming that we are the cause for her suicidal thoughts, which is also a huge crime if that's true. Obviously it's not. This never happened. I never had communications with this child. If the people left her, some people left her cast and she got, fired from a couple of casts, and that was that. People didn't talk to her. I will admit, I saw the messages. No one was mean to her. No one was rude. No one was rude. Like, I don't know why, but now she has, mom over here, Karen number 2, reported our accounts for cyberbullying. Or at least attempted to, which obviously could have ended up in a lot of trouble, and this is when I had to finally step in. Because obviously there was no real proof, I was hoping to get her to talk with me, message me, and to figure this all out. So, back on that original little tweet where she added us, I added an extra message on the bottom. Please direct message me here on Twitter with evidence of this bullying. If anyone in my cast is involved, I will handle it. But from what little I know so far, this is an issue between 2 children, not bullying. Okay, she said, thank you, please DM me. I cannot message you directly. So, I did, and this is when the real Karen starts. Because up to here, this has been a pretty calm, like, it's not calm. She's actually, fun fact, it's illegal to make a claim that somebody is cyberbullying, stuff like that. That's actually very illegal, especially since she reported. So actually, there you broke a law, ma'am. And okay. So we went to DMs, and this was kind of the conversation. I'm going to break a lot of this down. So if I stop talking in the middle of it, there you go. But there's for you to read. I'm sorry that you feel that people are mistreating your daughter. Please send me the evidence of this bullying. Okay. Thank you for responding. I've been trying to get in touch with everyone that may be involved for clarification. Unfortunately, no one takes me seriously until I resort to threats. So she is admitting that she threatened to get our attention. I do not feel that people are mistreating her. I have witnessed some of the calls she has been on, including yours. So she just admitted that there was no bullying, no mistreating. She lied. She lied and threatened to get me to talk to her. And, okay. So you committed a federal crime. You have now basically stated that I committed a federal crime. And a lot of other people to try to get them in trouble for no reason. And you're even admitting that she wasn't being bullied. There was no bullying happen. Okay, so to continue on, it gets better. I have witnessed some of the calls she has been on, including yours. She has idolized you from day one, but upon joining your server, she has been left out and called names such as Depresso Espresso. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Your child was called Depresso Express. I'm sorry. Depresso Espresso is not. It means that you're being depressed. That's not. It's not a negative term. Okay. Yeah. This is obviously a parent who's not in touch with the world. And her casts have been pulled out of yours. Don't know what that means. What I need to know is if you had any involvement with her being kicked out of her role plays. Okay, so they weren't her role plays. They were other people's. They had every right to kick her because the greatest thing about YouTube is you can choose who you work with, which means that sometimes you can get kicked out just because of how you sound. Your voice, you can get kicked out of a role play for that. You can get kicked out for anything. You can look at someone wrong and they kick you out. That's kind of how YouTube works, sadly. Most people are not that mean and harsh. However, I do know of a circumstance personally where I was kicked for no reason without evidence. But in this scenario, no, there's evidence. If you had absolutely nothing to do with this, I apologize. Again, I tried to resolve it calmly, but I need to get to the bottom of this. If you had a child on the spectrum who wants to kill themselves over stupid role plays, you would understand. So, A, she called them stupid. Good job. B, she just mentioned that her child wants to kill herself. How is that my problem? I'm sorry, but if your child is this bad, why are you letting her online at all? You're strangers, for Pete's sake. Like, oh my God, what? Okay, all right, yeah, okay. So, and on top of that, on the spectrum, what? Oh yeah, I'm on the spectrum. Okay. So at this point, I had a little bit of help writing the messages from here on, but it just gets even better. First off, I am an adult on the spectrum. I have several cast members who are on the spectrum as well. Second off, I have had my sister get a restraining order against another child due to cyberbullying. So I take those accusations very seriously. Yes, because cyberbullying is a federal crime. You can go to jail for that. It's not a good thing. So yeah, just calling me, saying I was cyberbullying is bullshit. Being called a depresso espresso is a common thing people say when people are saying depressive things. For someone you are close to and joking with, yes. For a child who idolizes you, no. She cried about it for 2 days. It deeply hurt her. I do not remember calling anyone a depresso espresso except for friends. So I guess if I did, I'm sorry. I don't really know how to react to that. It's not a negative term again, but whatever. It is a commonplace that other YouTubers do as well. I'm sorry your child took this personally. I do not have control over what other content creators do with their role plays. Remember, YouTube is a business for us. There are rules that have to be upheld sometimes. If your child cannot respect and follow the rules given by the creator of that role play, they are fully allowed to remove them from their cast, which is true. Okay, so that's put out there. We're done. Okay, everything should be fine. Problem solved. Oh no, I've still got more pictures, guys, because it's not solved. So you had no involvement. No, she was never in my cast, which is true. No, that's not what I asked earlier. She was told by multiple people that you advise people to remove her from their cast. If this is not the case, her friends are lying to her. I know I did. I was told she was unable to participate, and if she were in my cast, I would have done the same. They asked me for professional business advice, which is true. I was asked for advice. That was it. And oh no, it gets worse, guys. It keeps going. This is unfortunate. Funny thing is, there are other people in those casts who have showed up to less recordings than her by their own admission, yet they are still in the cast. Reminder, she chose to not show up to recordings because there was another actor who she didn't like. Okay, so this child has also not shown up to the cast on her own admission. So, and plus, I was only told about this one kid. I was not told about anyone else. I wasn't asked advice in general. I was asked about this one specific instance. I don't snoop at other people's business, okay? I don't know who shows up to whose recordings or not. It's none of my concern. That's for the content creators to do. I was asked for advice. That was it. So at this point, I realized that what is going on is this mother is upset that people don't want to be her kid's friend no more. And since I am the bigger content creator in this scenario, I guess the mother assumed that I would be able to force kids to be her friend, and that's not happening. So continuing on, she was the only one who had been removed. Yes, that's true. I appreciate you speaking to me. I will remove my tweet. I apologize for including you in all this, but I hope you understand why I felt the need to reach out. As of right now, the tweet was removed. However, it took an entire day for this tweet to get removed. Also, there is absolutely no public apology for the fact that she accused me of cyberbullying, which is a federal crime. You can't just throw that stuff out there and it be okay. Why do you think that this was acceptable in any way, shape, or form? Oh, gosh darn it, I misclicked. Hang on, guys. Anyways, I don't understand why this was thought as acceptable. You are a parent and you are showing your child some horrible manners. Like, honestly, anyway, continuing on. This is between them and the content creator. I was asked for advice and I gave it. Content creators can choose who they want to work with. It is a business after all. If there are other issues with other cast, I am unaware of them. Thank you. I appreciate your apology. As an individual with mental health challenges and a sibling with mental health issues, I appreciate how hard it is. I know my mom has to deal with many of these issues herself and myself with my siblings. I am sorry your child was hurt, but I would encourage you to get her into some kind of counseling because strangers on the internet will hurt her feelings. It's a sad reality. Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, on to the last part of this little message. So, she sent me this quite a few minutes later. She does, but it can only help so far. Kids can be very cruel, and with her being extremely sensitive to everything. I'm sorry this whole thing got out of hand. I hope you can understand that I was only looking out for her. If I could make one suggestion, perhaps next time you advise someone to remove a cast member, remind them to give an appropriate reason why. I am in no way blaming you. I just know it would have helped a little in this situation. She was given a reason. She was told. There are messages of her being told that she was kicked out of the cast due to her not showing up to recordings. She was not kicked out with no reason. On top of that, you don't have to be given a reason. No content creator has to give you a reason to no longer want to work with you. Sometimes you just get dropped out of nowhere. It is what it is. That's what this business is. This is not a freaking high school where everyone gets to participate and everyone gets trophies and everyone who shows up gets to be a part of everything. No, this is a job. You can't show up to your job. Guess what? You get fired. Sometimes you don't get told why. You just get fired. You just get told not to show up the next day. The fact that this, it's just, oh God, I wish you the best of luck with your channel. I know how hard it is to pull all this together. Well, obviously you don't know how hard it is to pull all this together because you don't understand anything. I'm so sorry, but you are a complete and utter idiot. So, yeah, that was, this is what I had to deal with. And I'm incredibly just, I'm shocked mostly. I cannot believe that this was a conversation that even happened in the first place. I can't believe that this Karen too publicly called me a cyberbully, attempted to get me in trouble for it, and then admitted full on that she was lying just to get my attention. That's really not okay. I don't know what she's teaching her daughter, but I'm scared because honestly, she is crazy. I've never had any kind of encounter like this, so I wanted to share it all with all you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you enjoyed this stuff. I know you guys like the vent videos, so I kind of wanted to get this all out and explain this because I thought this is ridiculous. This isn't normal. I wonder if everyone else would wanna hear about this. So I guess this is my way of sharing with you guys. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all have a awesome day. And TTFN.